Let me know once you are able to see my screen. Once you let me know that you are able to see my screen, then only I'll start.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, no.
Okay, great.
Yes, visible.
Yeah.
Visible screen.
Okay. So today's topic of discussion is the DME. I hope others are also joining. If anyone can admit all of them, that would be great. Because otherwise I am unable to concentrate.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please get them admitted, please.
Okay.
So today's topic of discussion. Please be on mute if you are not talking on. Uh, again, others. Okay. So today's topic of discussion is DME, Data Medium Exchange. Now, what does that stand for? That stands for the, I mean that means the data medium exchange is such a file which gives a instruction to our bank uh, to pay to our vendors whom we want to pay as an organization. Say it is a organization, say it is a manufacturing company, we have a manufacturing company, say Darkback Manufacturing Company. At the end of the period, it needs to pay many of its vendors. Okay, now if Darkback implements SAP and if it has SAP implemented in their organization, then what will they do? At the end of the period, they will pay all the vendors in the SAP system. But your entire responsibility doesn't merely ends by paying all the vendors in your SAP system, because if you pay all your vendors in SAP system only, that means in your system these vendors are cleared, these vendors are paid, but they are in reality not yet paid until and otherwise you send money to their bank account, you deposit money to their bank account. So a company may have millions vendor. They can be having thousands of vendor at a time, and those thousands of vendor can be paid at a time, but it is not possible for any company to do the account transfer for each and every vendor manually. It is quite not possible, it is impossible. And it is also not possible to manually gather the cash, collect the cash, and to send the bank and instruct them manually by saying that please circulate this cash to all my vendors. That is also not possible. Then what is the way out? The way out is, once you communicate the same to bank that bank, we have thousands of customers which all are getting paid at the end of the month, at the end of the period. So we do pay them in our system, but how to pay them in reality, how to deposit the money in their bank account, because there can be thousands of transactions, and manually doing the NEFT sitting in the office is quite not possible. Then bank will send, okay, bank will tell you that okay, I'll give you a file format. In that file format, you furnish all your data and give it to me at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter. Then based upon that file, based upon that information provided in the file, will be sent, bank will be sending the money to their respective vendors, to your respective vendors. So that file format, once configured, once designed in SAP, is known as the data medium exchange. That file itself is known as the DME. Anyone has any confusion until now? This is the theoretical part of DME. Okay, now
Okay.
I cannot show you in my SAP IDS because my laptop got crashed, and I do have a document. Okay, that document I'm presenting, I have done this, I have done this configuration in my system itself, and I have collected all the screenshots and made a document. Okay, so in order to design this DME, first of all, in order to design this file, first of all, what we have to do is we have to go to this step OBPM1. Okay, now in OBPM1 we have to define the payment medium format. Okay, now how can we define? If we open up the OBPM1, the screen will be looking like this. We have to click on the new entry, and then this screen will be looking like this. Now what you have to do, you have to specify a format name. It can be anything, it can be ABC, whatever you wish. Now what you have to do is, let me zoom it a bit. What you have to do is, you have to tick the payment medium without IDOC on, and here you have to give the option that is file. Okay, here you will get multiple options. One is file, another one is SAP script, and many more. So you have to choose the file in the type section, and you have to choose payment medium without IDOC. Okay, now this also needs to be checked, that mapping using DME engine, this option will be checked as well, and you have to check company code and house bank, these options as well. Those will be coming in your DME file. Okay, now what all you have to select is written here. Now you have to just save it. Now again we are going to another transaction, that is DMEE. Here in the transaction, the file format we have saved in the earlier stage will be designed here. Means there we only have saved the file format, but here in the DMEE transaction will be designing that file. Will be designing the file here. So I have given my details here. Details means the format that I have saved earlier, and the tree type will always be PAYM. Okay, that's SAP standard. Now I have to click on the create button. Once I click on the create button, the screen will be looking like this, and here we have to choose active version. However, in the screenshot it is showing the maintenance version, but here you have to choose the active version. Active version is mentioned here. Now once you do the same, you have to just save it. Once you save, it will be saved. I have not saved it, that is why it says that does not exist. Anyway, now once you save it, the screen will be looking like this. A window will be opening up, wherein I have to define my file design. Means, say a file can be like, the bank given file would be like collecting some informations. It must be having at the first shot that the vendor name. In the second section it must be having the vendor bank account. It may be having vendor code. It may be having IBAN number. It may be having SWIFT code number. So based upon the same, serially you have to make the tree here. This is something which is been offered by system itself. Now if you click on any of the node and right click on it, you will get an option, create new element. Now new element itself is something which is something based upon SAP derives the data. Now how come? This is the format you have to, this is the formatting you have to save. Like in the segment group, in the field type, in the segment groups, in the segment, all you have to select is one. Then you have to choose this one option, without accompanying sheet, and then after leave this part. Then after, this screen will be looking like this. Here we have to give our source key and field. Now source key and field always will be this, because why? The reason being, this is a structure which is a DME structure, basically this structure. Okay, F P A Y H is the structure name wherein all the details, wherein all the automatic payment program details like their identification number, their date, all these things get stored. Okay, so we will have to map the same here. Okay, this is the basic structure that our automatic payment program has. And one more point, this file format goes by the structure provided in SAP but not by the table provided in SAP. Okay, you cannot map regroup table here. Okay, because SAP doesn't allow the table to be mapped in DME structure, rather it allows the structure to be mapped. So our automatic payment program, the structure of our automatic payment program is this only. Okay, FPAYH. Now in the file format, what all data is to be furnished, all of them must be stored in the structure itself. So if you go to the structure, AC11 is the transaction wherein you can display the structure. If you display the structure in AC11 in your SAP IDS, if you go to the structure FPAYH, then you must be getting all the fields that is given there, and you must be understanding that all the fields are relevant in F110. Okay, so now in the file data tab, we have to check those two fields. One is the carriage return, another one is the line feed. Okay, and also you have to allow only these characteristics. Okay, now see, as I mentioned that in the header section we have right click on it and we have selected the element. Once we select the element, these will be coming in like corporate ID, payment type, payment payee IFSC code, payee bank number, all this would be coming in. All this would be coming in means I have added one after another. I have added these many elements, that is why these many nodes has appeared, and all of the nodes that you add here, you have to go to the same and you have to change their description. Like in the first node I have changed the description to corporate ID, in the second node I have changed the description to payment type, the third node I have changed the description to IFSC code. Likewise you have to change your description of each and every element here. Okay, and accordingly their name would be different as you design them, as you describe them, as you have added the description against them, so that system can understand that this is the IFSC code, this is the bank number, this is the beneficiary account number, this is the amount, this is the name of the pay, blah blah. Okay, now see, as I have selected header here, the name of the same is appearing header, and the name field is what I am saying as what I am terming it as description. Means in your system, the name in the attribute section, the name that appears would be the description of your element, would be the description of your node. Okay, I hope you understand. So far anyone has any question? Not getting any response from anyone.
Hello. Yeah, Bizda.
So far so good?
Yeah, Harish here.
Yeah.
Actually, in S4 HANA recently they are converted to DMEX.
Actually, this is what I am talking about is ECC. Okay, you must be getting a difference between ECC and HANA. Okay.
Yes, I know the difference between ECC and HANA. Just I think we expecting from no in Noida sir everyone move to S4 HANA.
But my entire channel is based upon ECC. You must have noticed the same.
Yeah, actually. Okay.
So S4 HANA is this documentation is totally based on ECC. To be very honest, it is not based upon the S4 HANA, and in S4 HANA I have not executed the same, so I don't know the difference between the DMEX transaction in S4 HANA and the DMEME transaction in ECC. Honestly speaking, I don't know the difference between them, so I may not be able to clarify your doubts.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So anyone else has any questions?
Hello,
Yeah.
ma'am. Those are we are seeing that header and the payment detail. Those are predefined fields, ma'am. Or we have to customizing any add on in that place. Can I add on that place?
Didn't understand what you were saying.
No, there is a yellow color payment type and pay
Exactly.
IFC code.
Yes. Yes.
Those are all the predefined, right?
Correct.
If I want to customizing any fields are there, how can I do that?
Okay, just click on the payment details here. Okay, just click on this, right click on this. You will be getting a option add element. Okay, there if you click on the add element, another node would be added here in the below. Okay, there you can go and you can change the name here as I did as header. Okay, like this, like I'm saying you. Like see in the corporate ID what I have given here, in the header I had selected the header, I had right click on it and I have added a element that is the corporate ID, and here in the name as I have highlighted in yellow color I have given the description as corporate ID. Now you can eliminate this one and you can give whatever you wish so that you can add your node.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, now here you have to choose the type. If you feel that this field is a character field, you can choose the character. If you feel it is a number field, you can choose the number. Likewise, you have to choose the length as well, depending upon the length of your field. Okay, now what will be the data of your field? If you feel it should be constant, then I'll click on the constant. Next what I'll do is I'll go to the source tab like this, and here in the constant section I'll be giving my value which is a constant. Constant means fixed. If I want to fix any value irrespective of anything, then I'll just click on the constant, and here in the source I'll be giving my fixed value, whatever I wish to be coming to my file. Okay, but if I don't want to do that, if I want a particular data to be coming up, then what I'll do is I will choose the structure field here. Okay, and then in the source section I'll have to give the structure name and field name, which field I want to come in the corporate ID. I hope this much is clear to you. Anyone will want to join? Multiple people want to join the call. Why you are not admitting all? I told you to admit them all, right? If you are not doing that, then please let me know. There are people who all are waiting. I hope all of you now have joined. So again I am not getting any response from anyone. Anyway, whatever. In the structure, in the source I have given the structure name and the field name, which I want to be populated in my DME table. Okay, now again I am showing you another node which is a payment type. There I have given the name and the characteristics based upon which I want it to be. Now there are many examples which I have configured, like this many nodes I have created, so I have given the example of this many. So
Yeah, sorry, Bista. Sorry to interrupt you.
yeah.
What is the purpose of the corporate ID? Corporate ID.
See, again, that depends upon your design, that depends upon bank's requirement. Okay, corporate
Yeah.
ID is something which I have designed here, and which is again this one, this table and this field. I'm telling you, corporate ID. Again, you told me payment type just below that, just above that, corporate, yeah, corporate ID. So the corporate ID is FPAYH, and field name is this. I'm telling you what is the corporate ID. Just Google it out. I mean, in the table, you will get the by the name of structure and field, you will be understanding that what field it is. I'm telling you, ZBUKR, ZBUKR in structure is FPAYH structure. It is the company code information. Okay, it is the company code. Corporate ID means your company code.
Okay. We can make it as a company code.
Yes, obviously, as per your wish. You, this is totally based upon your design. This is totally based upon your requirement. And
Yeah. Okay. Sorry to again interrupt you.
no problem.
Corporation ID means a company code. This is the for example, in its file format, company needs to maintain, or clients need to maintain, or banks need to maintain. Who given this format?
Uh, have not you joined since the beginning?
No.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is something. See, again, this file is something which format should be given to you by bank. Okay,
Okay.
now based upon their format, you have to design the same format in your SAP system, so that once you pay, once you do F110, then this file will be generated as per bank format, and you can instantly send that file to bank. Okay, without any manual intervention, and bank may process the same for furthermore.
Okay.
You understand, right?
Yeah. Right. Thank you.
No
Great.
problem. And DME is something basically which is a data medium exchange. Okay, I'm telling you this again for those who have not joined since the beginning. Basically, I have given a responsibility to someone to admit them all, but I think he or she must have forgot. That's why you people have not got admitted since the beginning. And what you are what you know, I mean, I'm presenting the screen in between. If the pops up comes up, then it is difficult for me to admit them all, so that is why I have given the responsibility to someone else. So anyway,
Hello?
so yeah, so data medium exchange
Ma,
is, let me finish, then please
Ma'am,
come up
before-
with your question. So data medium exchange
ma,
is something
act-
yeah, carry on,
ma,
carry
I
on,
have those. Ma'am.
carry on.
Ma'am, every bank has a separate format. If the client, that is the company, is required before implement the DMA, first they have to get the data from the particular bank. Then only they design this particular area, ma'am. Or
Exactly.
after, before, these are all field dependent.
Wait, I'm repeating again.
Hello?
I'm repeating. It is something, once you do the payment, means quarterly or monthly, or at the end of the period, you may have thousands of vendor who all needs to be paid. Okay, now it is not possible for you to manually do the bank transfer for each and every vendor. Okay, that is why we asked bank that what can be the procedure to send the money to deposit the money to the respective vendors. Now bank says that okay, we do have a file format. Now you have to furnish all your data based upon our format. Now based upon these format, you send the file to me and I will process the payment to all your vendors. Now what file bank sends to you is a file format. Okay, now based upon that file format, you have to configure your system in DMEE transaction, and as per the design made in DMEE transaction, the file will be generated. So we have to make our file as per the file format sent by the bank. Okay, any doubt?
Okay, man. Thanks, man.
Okay,
Hello,
so
Bhusita,
yeah,
I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Actually, what is the flat file meaning?
what is the
Flat file.
flat file? Flat file means the
Yeah,
flat file means the notepad file, means txt file. Okay,
Okay.
and the
Any
DMEE,
third party
yeah,
banks are using any third party tool?
sorry, bank would be giving any.
Any third party tools are using anything?
See, that depends. That totally depends
Oh.
upon your bank. Okay, that totally depends upon your bank. Now that part I'll be coming up. Okay, let me finish this system design first. Then that part I'll be coming up.
Sorry.
No problem. So likewise, I have to configure all my nodes here. Okay, which all are needs to be furnished in my file itself. So like I have given the beneficiary account number here, that must be a account number. I mean the beneficiary account number means vendor's account number. Okay, I have used the exit mode here. Exit means user exit, but in your ideas you may not be requiring this, so you can just go by the structure field and you can put the structure name and the field name of vendor's bank account. Okay, so likewise you can go here in the here there is a exit written, user exit, so it is but you don't require this exit to be written. Anyway, so like this, what all nodes I have created here, you have to create all the nodes as per the bank file given. For your practicing purpose, you can add 2 to 3 nodes, you can add 4 to 5 nodes, and you can test. Okay, so now once we are done with our DMEE structure, once you are done with the all the nodes creation and their mapping, then we have to move to next step, that is FPZP, the automatic payment program, wherein we need to map this file format to our payment method. Now in that FBZP automatic payment program, I have to go to the payment method in country. Okay, now in the payment method in country, you must be getting that in the below there would be a use payment medium workbench option given. Here you have to choose this radio button, and then after in the format you have to just enter your format that you have created earlier. In the format only you have designed the DMEE, so you have to give the basically it will be a pop-up. Okay, it will be a F for help, wherein you have to go and select your format saved. Then after you can save this configuration, thus it would be saved. Okay, now and you all know that in the house bank the bank account needs to be mapped. That you must have done, because before creating the DME you must have been using the payment method along with their house bank, so that mapping must have been there. So then after you have to go to the next step, that is OBPM4. Okay, So in that transaction, what we are doing is we are going to OBPM4. Then in the below, your format would be coming up. You have to select your format. Okay. Once you select your format, there you have to add your company code, and once you select your format, you have to add your company code with their variant. Variance means here you have to declare a new variant. Here you have to give a description of your variant, anything that you want to like. Okay. And then you have to just click on the create variant. There must be an option given like create variant, and in the create variant section you have to choose the all selection screen. This option must be chosen in the select variant like this. Once you click on the all variant option, this page will be appearing wherein you have to provide your payment medium format name again, and then you have to check these two checkbox, that is payment summary and error log, and in all of them you have to just click on the payment parameters. Sorry, print parameter, not payment parameter. And once you click on the print parameter, it will be asking for your output device. You have to provide your output device, and then you have to save it. Then you have to go to the OBPM5 transaction. This is the next step. Again, someone is waiting. Someone is waiting. So if you can add on, wait a minute. Yes, add it on. For presenting to everyone. Okay, fine. So next step is I have to go to the OBPM4. Sorry, OBPM5. Then in OBPM5, I have to click on the first option, that is FIAP AR payment program for customers and vendors. Once that option is chosen, the first box is chosen, then after I'll be getting this kind of screen. Now this means what? If I have given E here, that means in my automatic payment program, the identification that I give must be having E character at least. E character at least means it is star E. That means the automatic payment program should be ended with character E. The identification of automatic payment program should be ended with character E. Now it totally depends upon you what kind of identification you want to have. So as per that you have to choose here, or you can skip this step as well. Totally depends upon your system design. Totally depends upon your bank requirement. Totally depends upon your client requirement. Then we are done with the configuration. No more configuration left. This is all. Now what we have to do? We have to go to our F110 and we have to process the payment like we do earlier. We are in F110, and as I told you, as I have chosen the this one there, identification there, that my identification should be ended with E, and that's what I have done. My identification has been ended with E. So I have done a payment, I have run a proposal, I have run a payment, one document has been posted there. Now what I have to do, I have to go to environment, and therefrom I'll get an option of data medium exchange. I just have to click on the same. Once I click on the same, like this, environment, payment medium, then DME administration, this option I have to choose. Now once I click on the same, this kind of screen will be appearing. Okay, now this line is the DME file itself. I have to select this line and I have to just click on this option. It is a export option. 1 2 3 4 5, the fifth option from the left. I have to select this line and click on on the fifth option from the left. This is the export option. Once I click on the same, a file will be generated. That itself is the DME file. So this is the end of our discussion. Okay, this is the entire topic. Now what we will do with this DME file, this file is something which is required to be sent to bank, so that bank can process the payment to the vendors in real time. We have done this payment in our system, we have done this payment in SAP, but once we process the file to our bank, then after bank will be processing the payment to the real bank account to our vendors. They can process the payment so that the money can be deposited to the bank account to our vendors. Now how we send this file to bank, that totally depends upon your design, that totally depends upon the need, that totally depends upon the client requirement. So sometimes it happens that all the DME file gets generated, we can mail them to the bank, that is a manual process. Or sometimes what happens, we can write a IDOC in our system, we can make those files deposited to bank server immediately through the IDOC as per design maintained and as per the instruction given by the client. That can also happen. Or this can also be happen that we move this DME file to some other middleware, where from bank fetches the data, bank fetches the file from the middleware itself. Okay, now that totally depends upon the business requirement, that totally depends upon your design. So that's all. I am done. So anyone else has any question, please come up, please raise your voice.
In the identification tab, if in case we are maintained other than E, system will user will not enter that E, then file
Then
is not
DME
generated.
will be exactly so. Then DME file will not be processed. If you are designing, then you have to follow. Or else, if your client is saying that configure it as E, then they must be following the same. Okay, and if they do not want to follow the same, if they do not want any such customization, then skip the step. No need to
Actually,
configure this kind of steps.
No. Actually, if in case user is maintained only apart that E,
I think
system
someone
will,
else is waiting. Could you please admit? I'm not getting the option. It just popped up and it gone away. Someone else is waiting. If anyone
Right.
can admit, I'm not getting the option to admit.
actually we are also not getting that option.
Okay, not an
I'm
issue, not an issue. Yeah. Carry on.
I'm asking about if in case we are masking in SAP, they are providing some masking rules like A to Z.
No. See, that depends. That is something else. That is don't mix up everything. That is not applicable in our DME. Okay. The masking rule, what you are talking about.
I'm asking like about if you we can use in that masking in this scenario.
That option is not given. A to Z, what you are talking about is a range which can be given in the vendor field. Means vendor can be chosen like this. Okay, vendor can be in your vendor field in F110. You can give the range like A to Z. That means what? All the vendors available in your system. But here in what identification you are telling, that I think what you want to tell is the system should allow all the identification, right? You are telling like this. Then skip this step. Then if you skip this step, then there is no filter written. You always can skip this step.
Okay.
Then
If in
what
case-
anything identification you give in the system will be generating the DME file.
Okay. If in
Sometimes-
case we are not giving any, that system will take up all the files into DME. Right?
Exactly so.
Okay. It is like include exclude.
It is like include, and if you don't if you don't configure this step, that means it is exclude.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So
And
anyone
one more
else
thing,
has any questions?
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, in that notes vendor mail ID.
Yeah.
Can you go that notes?
Vendor mail ID.
Yeah,
Where it is given. Okay.
notes
Vendor.
in the notes.
Yeah. I
In the
understand. I understand notes.
yeah,
Vendor. Yeah.
mail
Vendor
from
mail ID. Yeah. I'm
yeah.
just going one step above. It is given one step above. Vendor mail ID is given here. I have used a user exit.
User exit. Okay.
I have used this, but that doesn't mean you have to use. You cannot.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
If in case that information to pass the vendor, we can use that
See,
vendor mail
no,
ID.
no. See, yeah, exactly. So in that case, what you can do is, uh, in uh, in the vendor master data, the mail ID would be given. Okay. Now you have to uh, identify the structure behind the vendor mail ID. Now if you are not, if you go to the vendor master, I know that once clicking on the F1 you will be getting the table name, you will not be getting the structure name. You just google it out, what is the structure name of vendor's mail ID. System will, if you google it out, system will instantly giving you the structure along with their field name. Just map the same here. Just to choose in the source, in the attribute just choose structure, and in the source just give the structure name. See here the structure name is also given, and in spite of giving the structure name, one exit is also used. Why I have used the exit, why exit is written, because if you want something additional which is being provided by SAP, then only the exit is written. So I must be requiring something which is other than the system provided one. That is why this code is written in the exit. So for the time being you can skip this one. Exit will not be required in your case. Okay.
Okay, that
But structure and field is given here.
okay.
Anyone else has any questions?
Yeah, Bijita,
Yeah.
can we use manual payments when is any possibility to do manual? If any business want where any DME apart from DME,
Not getting your question.
Yeah, I was,
when DME is activated,
Mhm.
can user can do manual as well as or only
Yeah.
only DME?
Obviously. But you know,
Okay.
manual payment happens in F-58, F-53, not in F110. F110 itself is the automatic payment program.
then how system will pass this DME file to bank?
Means,
In FBZP settings, we are maintain this file, this file format.
so obviously that is why while doing the F110 DME is getting generated.
But yes, in F-53 or F-58, we didn't assign any format to that T code now. Where we
Yes,
assign
then
this configuration?
try to understand the question by question. What was the question and what was the answer? The question was, can we do manual payment in spite of having the DME? The answer was yes. That doesn't mean that if you want a DME file to be generated, then you have to go to F-58 and F-53. If you want a DME file to be generated, then go to F110. You got the point. You got the answer.
Yes. Raju,
Yes, agreed. Actually, I thought like what happened. My scenario is like already F110 is executed. There is a DME might be failed. So let's suppose there is any port issue and all. So at that time they can run without DME.
No, but I understand your question. If
Hmm.
in case this is failed in F110, if the reason of the failure can be anything. Okay, now you just identify which vendor has been cancelled, which vendor has been failed. Now pick up that vendor and do F110 again for this particular vendor. Thus your DME file will be generated. But never expect DME file to be generated in manual payment. That is not at all possible.
Yeah, I agreed that point.
DME file always gets generated in F110 only.
because FBJet we only map it so that it will only
Exactly so.
update it.
Exactly
Yeah.
so. In your manual payment, you never can update the file format designed in DME. That is never can be mapped because there is no option given by SAP in the manual payment. In FBZP only this can be mapped. That means what? In F100 only the DME file gets generated. Anyone else has any questions?
Any difference between, any relationship between BRS and DME?
Sorry, any real relation between?
DME and BRS, EBRS, electronic bank statement.
No relation at all. DME, what I mentioned earlier, DME is nothing but a file format. Okay, DME is nothing but a file format given by the bank based upon which we design our system to be mapped. Okay, and based upon the same, once the DME file gets generated, we provide the same file to our bank. So it is nothing but a flat file generated from SAP as per the design maintained, and that file itself is to be shared with bank. So it is nothing but a file. It is nothing but a collection of informations that is to be represented to some other organization like bank.
Like
Yeah.
MT90, like
Yeah.
MT90 940 statement. If there is any standard statement for
Again in EBRS, the M940 transaction, but see, that is again a file which we choose there, and again what kind of file that is? That is again what all payment is made by the bank. That information bank sends to us.
like that, I'm asking if there is any standard file for DME, like any.
No, how can there be a standard file? Because every bank has different file format. That is why if your bank is HDFC, their file format would be different. If your bank is Axis, their file format will be different. If your bank is HSBC, their file format would be different, and for Citibank, file format would be different. Now, if you want to see a demo, you just can Google out that flat file for HDFC. You just can write like this. Flat file for Axis. You just can you just can write in Google. You just can search in Google, and you can get that their demo file format. You can get a flavor. Any question, Harish? Any question, Raju? Any question, Rahu? Anyone else? Any questions? Hopefully no questions from no one's side. So let us wrap up.
Bijita,
Yeah, Harish.
just my suggestion is try to take some sessions on HANA also, na, because everyone is moved to HANA.
I'll try, but I cannot promise because there are many infrastructure related issues, as you all know. HANA server is not that available in the market, firstly. Secondly is totally depends upon my system configuration and all these things. So I could able to install the ECC in my system itself. So don't know whether I'll be able to install HANA or not. If I am able to, then I'll surely make some sessions on HANA. And thanks for your suggestions.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else has any questions regarding DME?
I have one doubt, Prilka. Actually, this is payment interface also.
It is for sending it is for paying the vendors. It is not for receiving. It is for paying the vendors.
Okay.
That is why we are sending the file to bank, no? Because based upon the same, they will again send the money to the vendors. And in case while we receive the money, in that case it is EBS, okay. And there we also receive the file from bank, and that file gets updated, gets uploaded in our system. that is something else.
Yeah, so clear, Sujata. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm wrapping it up then.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hi.
What is the difference between IDOC and the DME, ma'am? What is the main difference? Can I know?
IDOC and DME. IDOC is something and DME is something. Okay, DME, as I mentioned several times, DME is nothing but a file which is to be generated by SAP system itself based upon the mapping, based upon the design that we make, and it is the collection of informations captured in a file which is to be represented to a bank. Okay, that is DME. And IDOC is something which is an object which triggers something to be sent from SAP to some other system. Now that other system can be anything, can be a legacy, can be a middleware, can be anything, any server outside SAP. And IDOC doesn't only send the information to other system, also IDOC receives the information from other system as well. Anyone has any questions?
In that nodes, header data is annexure. We call as annexure.
Sorry? Yes, you can. Yeah. Anyone? Any question? Otherwise, I'm wrapping it up.
Okay, wind up, sir.
Sorry?
Okay, finish the session.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you,
Ramesh.
sir.
Thanks, Harish. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you.